I'm Simon King-Cowell, Editor-in-Chief at Architonic, and...
Hi, I'm Carina Buhlert. I'm at GROHE, a leader for brand environments and experiences.
I'm Patrick Speck. I'm leader for Elixir Global Design for the EMEA region and responsible for the GROHE brand.
And today we're discussing design, innovation, sustainability at GROHE, the premium bathroom fixtures manufacturer, and also looking at an exciting new development called GROHE X. More of that later. But let's go to the first question. Where is design driving innovation in terms of functionality and experience at GROHE?
I think we're very fortunate to have GROHE as one of the strategic, to have design at GROHE as one of the strategic pillars of the brand, together with quality, technology, and sustainability. And one of the things that we like to put pretty much in the center of everything we do, and I think it drives a lot of what we mentioned about like functionality, is about that we are designing actually for people, right? I think this is the one of the main things that we do, is to put kind of people in the center of everything we do. This is what we call our consumer-centric design approach, right? So before we actually start doing any ideation activity within the team, so we come back, we gather as a team, and we ask ourselves, so why we are doing this? So who we are actually designing it for, right? And we do have this process that we call the pre-search, that we try to kind of get connected with, first of all, ethnographic researches. We try to understand how society is living today as well. So not only tracking like the design trends or the aesthetic trends, but one thing that have to engage, as an example, we do have kind of 3 macro trends: urbanization, health, and well-being, and sustainability, that we are trying to track this and understand how this is in fact kind of shaping people's lives, that we can somehow gather all that information kind of and bringing that in-house. And then of course in-house we have to apply what we call our GROHE design DNA into it, to try to bring into, I would say, meaningful solutions that actually have a reason to exist. There's one thing about product development we always hear, that's about, I always listen things kind of that regards kind of a technology, right? For us, of course, the technology is something that has to work as an enabler to actually bring something to life that has a meaningful impact in people's lives, right? So it's not never technology for technology's sake, but actually kind of bringing something relevant. And one of the things that, of course, right now that we are living and have to be mindful with this, is that we're living in a world, and especially with the developments that we saw during the last year, we saw this big shift from like the physical to actually digital worlds. And I think the possibility of bringing these 2 worlds together, I think I think was one of the key drivers that we have to accelerate. I think this platform that we have today here with GROHE X.
So can you say a bit more about that? How exactly is GROHE shifting the consumer experience from the physical to the digital?
Well, consumers and customers expect their physical brand experiences to blend seamlessly into the digital world. So our challenge was to more or less create a unique setting where both can interact with us and experience our products and topics firsthand. So on March 16th, Elixir is going to launch GROHE X as a digital platform, and we're trying to shift this whole experience onto a new level. And it's all about consumer and customer centricity. So the content is curated, is tailored to the needs of the GROHE's customers. So we have installers, wholesalers, architects and designers, but also end consumers. And we also offer new ways of interacting. So visitors can engage online with GROHE brand experts and receive dedicated support. So GROHE X for us is more or less the beginning of an experience ecosystem that will hopefully drive engagement with our customers in the years to come.
That's fascinating. Maybe you could also explain what else you're focusing on.
Well, at GROHE X, we will have a whole section about our sustainability approach and our sustainable initiatives. So also something about our carbon neutral production plans, as well as, and this is kind of my own personal highlight, a 360-degree virtual living space called Green Living, where within a kind of eco-friendly architecture, we're we're positioning the product solutions GROHE has to offer for a fully sustainable lifestyle. So while the kitchen focuses more on the GROHE water systems, the bathroom highlights the water-saving technologies and water management solutions. And on top, we introduced one of our sister brands, Enax, with their Eco Carrot tiles, which are moisture regulating and actually even absorb harmful airborne matter. So kind of this as a holistic living space is very, very interesting to tackle this topic.
Jumping into what Carina just mentioned, linking to what Lixo we just mentioned before, like giving the bridge with like some of like I would say kind of a Lixo initiatives as well. And one thing that we have is about inclusivity for all, right? Is one of the big themes. And when we talk about inclusivity for all, we talk from the corporate level of again, and employees, how diverse we are, how cultural diverse we are as well, how inclusive we are, but also that brings into a product. So how can we understand all that? We have to see again how society is moving, and we have some data facts about that 1 in 5 people will be over 60 in 2050, which means the silver age, or like the universal design, is going to be a very hot topic in the future. And again, understanding all that, how can we ensure that everything that we design, that we produce inside our company, has going to have I would say a huge impact into these people's lives. So one particular product line that I'm very proud to talk about is our Eurosmart. Eurosmart is, I would say, is like one of the best-selling faucets in the world, if not the best-selling faucet in the world. So it's like for more than 2 decades, kind of has grown. It has grown. It's been evolving. It's like a kind of a future. It's been adapted itself to the future, and it has one of the highlights. It is a very extensive range, and understanding this very extensive range, we are considering the specific needs for this target people, for these target groups, like individuals that they have sometimes difficulties to reach a faucet. So we have like long levers. We have again like loop levers that are going to, I think, give like a comfortable utilization of the product for all of these people, at the same time kind of giving them and offering a best quality design.
And is this something that will be implemented on GROHE X?
Yeah, for sure. So actually, while trying to tell the story of the Eurosmart faucet line, we wanted to embed into a multi-generation housing that is actually nowadays becoming more and more common. So what we're going to show here is how different lifestyles and needs require also different product solutions, as Patrick explained, with the different lever variations. So while a young family would use the normal Eurosmart lever variant, which feels very welcoming due to its kind of slight curve, the parents or grandparents, probably due to their ergonomic needs, would prefer the loop lever. And also what we're going to show is how a normal bathroom can be transformed into a future-ready, comfort-driven, kind of barrier-free one.
So let's talk architects and bathroom and kitchen planners. How and where is GROHE winning the argument as being their preferred project partner?
I think the connectivity between ourselves and the consumers, and in this case also with our again commercial partners and architects, designers, and planners. I think it's a fundamental aspect for us to, first of all, understand this is the right needs that are in the market, and going for like in a deep dive on that, one of the insights that we got was that if you go out there and try to plan something, it's kind of a very overwhelming. Sometimes the offer that you have from like faucets, basins, and all the touch points of a brand, and that makes kind of sometimes things very complicated from the aesthetic, but also from the functional side. What we provided to architects, designers, and planners is what we call a perfect match. So a perfect match is where they can be sure that they're going to find from GROHE, in this case, from one single manufacturer, everything that they would need kind of to come up with their perfect solution. So from the showers, through the faucets, through the ceramic lines, and the accessories. It's almost like considering all the touch points inside of a bathroom. So, and I think this is definitely one of the points that make, I would say, kind of a big connection between ourselves and the architects and designers community. And again, so this link once more with the commercial team to understand the right needs. And one of the other, I would say, big, I think big like needs that we were kind of addressing here. It's one of the developments together with our health and well-being macro trend. So what we are doing with that is like keeping an eye on these developments and understanding the needs from architects and designers. We are revitalizing our GROHE Spa brand, that it's a channel right now where we can dedicate premium products, and we can have also bringing, I would say, the answers to the questions of people into a bespoke, I would say, spa experience, a bespoke health and well-being experience.
And what about architects and planners in relation to the launch of GROHE X? What's in it for them?
Well, I think GROHE X is something very, very special because it really supports and it is really like a service factor for architects and designers, but also for the rest of our customers. So in GROHE X, our visitors can experience a multitude of formats. So you have full virtual living solutions. And these are actually based on specific target groups and their needs. We also have editorial content as well as different videos. So for example, how to install a specific product. We have interviews and even live events to engage with the brand. And of course, with that, you give the customer kind of a fully customizable experience while sitting at home, like we're doing right now.
So you guys have a truly global market overview. Can you identify some specific market trends in relation to into particular geographic markets, for example?
Yeah, Simon, one, I think, of our, I would say, strengths within the group is, as you just mentioned, so that we are benefiting of being part of what we call the LIXIL global design network at the moment. So it gives us access to, I would say, a multidisciplinary and international design team, right? We are present in the top places in the world. So we are in like London, Tokyo, Düsseldorf, New York, Singapore, as an example, and we are like in 100+ number of designers in the group. So I think that helps us to, I think, address pretty much like the question that you make to us. So we are aware. So our footprint is quite big as well. So it helps us to, for example, have a real-time understanding. For example, if we take a trend as an urbanization as an example, what does it mean urbanization in Asia, right, in Asia Pacific, and what does urbanization means in Europe? So it's like, again, a compact living space over here, and what does the compact living space means there? So I think it helps a lot when you want to be, again, a global brand and truly connected with consumers to make this, I think, this kind of associations there.
And urbanization is certainly a macro trend. Are there other macro trends that GROHE has identified and is working with?
So we have today urbanization, we have the sustainability, and also the health and well-being as the three macro trends that we are actually tackling that as a group, right? Just on the urbanization, there was one point here that we would like kind of do is just to emphasize something here that's in regard this definitely trend. We're observing that more and more people are moving to the cities into small apartments with like higher costs. So they are mostly rented, and also the consumers are searching for what we call something that is affordable and easy solution that they kind of bring into what we call a soft renovation. And we are introducing like a range that's our new Buhlert collection for both kitchen and the bathroom, where we are aiming to create great design with, I would say, a super high quality and performance with an affordable price.
Exactly. This example of Bau and micro living is something that you can experience on GROHE X. So you're able virtually to walk through the apartment of a young couple that is just moving in together, look at the bathroom, look at the kitchen, and then if you, for example, focus on a specific product, a product kind of pop-up appears where you get a little bit more of information around the SKU or the product name.
So a fully immersive experience there for visitors. Patrick, I know you wanted to talk about hygiene.
So absolutely, Simon. So hygiene is definitely one very, I would say, relevant topic for us at GROHE. And if we analyze today, so the architecture of like public environments, like people are not really feeling comfortable with touching any surface at all. So one of the things that we can see also to avoid the risk of contamination, of kind of a spreading, I would say, kind of a germs and everything. One thing that we saw that was like a very accelerated for our side was also our touchless products portfolio, right? I think these products are not a new topic for GROHE, because we do have that for both the private and for the residential portfolio that we have for pretty much a decade right now.
So at GROHE X, the customer can actually experience these touchless portfolio products in a semi-public space like a gym or a locker room. And here what you can do is you see the faucets, urinals, WC in the showers that are a truly touchless experience. And this is actually something that is much more important now with the challenges that we have today. But also in one of our spaces at GROHE X, the community kitchen, where we have kind of a shared living space, we're going to have a portfolio of touchless products, for example, smart control, where you can actually use the product with your elbow if you have something on your hands or you just don't want to touch it. It's a super easy solution.
So you mentioned sustainability. Clearly, this is something that's given a serious commitment at GROHE. It's not just lip service. Can you say a bit more about this? What approach? What baked-in approach does GROHE take to sustainability?
I think its commitment to sustainability. I can tell you that I joined GROHE 14 years ago, and I think that was already an essential element, kind of a present in actually kind of a GROHE's DNA on this, right? And we actually could see that is also part of our design process, is an integral part of the design process. So we tend to do into a connection with the design teams, or when you're ideating. There is also discussions regarding how this product is going to look like. What is the shape of the product? So how much package it actually it's going to occupy. So whatever we do in terms of the shape, so can we flatten these things? A great example, as we did in the past with our hand showers, where we actually managed to flatten the shape of it to actually I would say, increase and make transportation more efficient with a super flat and thin pack without compromising the experience of the product. And I think this is actually something very important for us to say. Anything we do that has the eco credentials, I think cannot sacrifice performance. So it's always a good mix with, and by the way, consumers are actually looking for it. If your shower is going to save water, and ours actually does, but it does not compromise it. As an examples of a product that we have, that is our smart control. So you actually give them the possibility of going for a low flow or higher flow. So it's up to you. Or we give the consumers the choice as well. Still talking about like a product, but also the way that we challenge manufacturing process. It's a great example is also our 3D printed faucet collection. So when you talk about 3D printing, we are actually talking about doing a manufacturing process that utilizes less water and, I would say, a less plant resources into it. We're scratching the surface of 3D printing technology, but we do believe that we can think about manufacturing actually decentralizing production from one site to another, that actually kind of can make also logistics kind of a much more efficient. And also, as an example, our 3D printed icon, that the Allure Brilliant version, when you compare the full brass version with the 3D printing version, the 3D printing utilizes 55% less material than the full brass version as well, without compromising the performance. And I think, as I mentioned before, we do have, I think, one of our kind of a big highlight products, and one that I love it, to be honest, is our blue water systems that gives the consumer the choice of still and sparkling water directly from the tap, stopping you the consumption of plastic bottles.
I've had many a glass of water from a GROHE Blue tap, and I can attest to that it's a wonderful thing. Carina, would you like to add something there?
Yes, actually, as a brand, we try to give a nudge, towards sustainability, and try to motivate people to live a little bit more eco-consciously, right? So that's why even on GROHE X, we're trying to have these little snackable contents, so entertaining videos on the platform, on, for example, how to save water or reduce plastic waste. So, of course, next to our green living house, where you can actually also see the full product portfolio that tackles exactly this topic.
And let's go to the last macro trend that you mentioned, Patrick, which is health and well-being.
Absolutely. I think one of the things is like building up on this transformation of interior architecture as well. What is happening is that people expect much more from, I would say, kind of their living spaces as well. And I think the shift that we saw recently with like living spaces, in this case, the bathroom, from a very, I would say, kind of a secluded component of the architecture, has in fact merged together with like your bedroom, and has kind of become, I would say, a private spa. This is like from a functional to an actual space where you can kind of dedicate that for yourself. You can, I think, connect to your soul. Is one of the few places in your home that you can actually find some privacy. And I think this actually kind of brings us into a position of, okay, how this connectivity of like people with their like inner self can gives us enough insights for us to understand this, and bringing something that are really going to make like a difference in their lives. So I think like when we bring this into a context, as we mentioned before, our GROHE Spa brand, it's something that's going to kind of tackle directly this trend. And if I bring up into what happened with our shower program, so our shower portfolio, you can see as an example from our newest hand shower, that's our Smart Active hand shower, understanding consumers and understanding the way that they actually live. We managed to kind of bring something to life that was packing a bespoke and tailored shower experience into a very compact product. So understanding how people wanted to interact with the product, and what kind of sprays they actually wanted to feel and to fulfill, I would say, their needs. So from a relaxing shower early in the morning into an active and pulsating massage that potentially can, I would say, kind of re-energize them and to give them a kick into the day. So I think these are some of what you're looking for, and then examples of how can we address the needs and bring this trend up to life.
Every person has an individual shower need, right? So that's why also at GROHE X, we want to create a designated shower room, more or less, to experience all the different shower experiences that you can actually experience at GROHE. So we have different solutions for every need, and of course for every price range. But of course, if we now tackle complete customization and we go to spa, there's kind of a true customizable shower where we offer different modules that you can combine with each other and then truly create like an exclusive well-being and wellness experience. Yeah.
And maybe one last wildcard question. Speaking personally, shower or bath?
It's a hard one, right? So like I can it's almost like a mix. I'm a shower, I would say, if I'll bring that into a personal bringing myself into the game as a consumer. I can be definitely both, right? So but I would say I'll be more often into a shower, into like I always was a big fan of like shower, like spacious shower cabins, right? Where I actually could experience a couple of things like big sailing showers or like a body massages. I think it has a big impact on myself, on the way that I'm going to behave during the day or early in the morning, or like the way that is going to prepare me to get me off to bed. But I do appreciate, I would say, a good and relaxing bath, and this is like something that has an extremely big value as well.
I am more the functional shower type. So for me, it has to be just the shower every day. It's kind of my daily routine. But for me, the bath has now, of course, due to confinement, becomes like a little sanctuary. So for me, the bath time is kind of, I don't know, once a week maybe, to light up candles, to really engage in rituals, to burn some nice candles or some nice scents, and then really just relax in the bathtub.
Yeah, I agree. COVID and increased working from home has completely changed my opinion of bathing. That's not to say I've stopped bathing, but that I have more baths. And I think the shower for me is something is almost like prose and utilitarian function, and gets you started, as you say, Patrick. But a bath for me still remains poetry. Patrick, Carina, thanks so much for your time, and happy showering and bathing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much here, Simon, for having us.